Hi, my name's Matt Turnbull, and I'll be attempting 7 Ironmans in 7 days between the 17th and the 23rd of July 2017 to raise funds for the Tiny Lives Trust, which is a special baby care unit in Newcastle. Thanks, Michael, for asking me to do this interview and tell you a little bit about my background and the challenges that lie ahead for me. So I'll just go through the questions that you've set me. First question is, can I tell you a little bit about my triathlon and sporting background? Interestingly, as a kid, very sporty, played football for the town, Hartlepool United trials, and pretty busy as a teenage lad. And then my 20s came along and grown up life, and I pretty much didn't do anything in my 20s. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a bit of football, a bit of badminton, but nothing to write home about. And it wasn't until my 30s that I actually found triathlon and multisport after the death of a very close friend. It spurred me to try and raise some funds in her name. And that's really been the motivation for most of what I've achieved in triathlon, which is raising money for charity. Whether that's been 24-hour bike rides, 26-hour ultra runs, marathon swims, you name it, all to raise funds for local charities. Next question is any big achievements or proud moments within triathlon? There've been a fair few. I feel really quite blessed with the journey that I've been on in triathlon. Started out quite meagre, pretty poor at most of the disciplines, but I really did get the bug back in 2011 and took my first triathlon in 2011, the Cleveland Sprint, which was this week, that many years ago. And it wasn't long before I started to improve, and I was taken under the wing by some fantastic people over at Hartlepool Tri. I won't embarrass them by naming them, who really gave me the confidence and belief that I could do something special. So I trained really, really hard. Flash forward 3 years, and I've managed to make the British team, top 6 in Europe in my first try, and then went on to gain a bronze medal at the European Championships, but also the top Brit spot in another European Championships, as well as in the same year, which was only last year, I managed to achieve a national silver medal in the English Duathlon Championships as well. So I've had some really great tastes of success, but I think I need to emphasise coming from very, very simple means, nothing special. It really is been the belief that the people have had in me, the right advice and support, and just the ability to absolutely smash myself to bits in training, which is something that I really, really love to do, and that's sort of got me where I am today. Next question, it says, tell us about your challenge. Well, this was born out of a discussion I had with my wife. I think it was only a couple of years ago when a local guy, Lee Dodgson, did something really amazing. From what I gather, just a normal guy like myself wanted to make a difference and challenged himself to 7 marathons in 7 days. And I remember sitting with my wife saying, I couldn't think of anything worse than running a marathon every day for a week. It just didn't appeal to me. I know what it's like to run those distances, and it's really horrible, especially as your body breaks down. But then I got thinking about it and said, but if you were to add a swim and a bike before that, I think I could find that, I think I would find that appealable. And in my mind, maybe slightly easier, because I've got this lovely swim and this lovely, tour through the countryside on a bike before I get to the nasty bit. And that's kind of where the idea was born from. Really. So Lee's kind of got, he doesn't know this, but Lee's got a little bit of a lot to answer for that, really. But I think I was really committed to the challenge after speaking to my wife about charities, and we go back a few years, and a very good friend of ours lost their baby son after only being alive for a few days, and that obviously was a terrible time for that family, but they were supported by the Tiny Lives Trust, and I said that I wanted to do my little bit to show I was supportive of them, but also in my research finding out what this amazing charity do. So I went out of my way to find out, and that sold it for me, to undertake 7 triathlons, iron distance, over 7 days for this amazing charity. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's laughable, really, because I feel really stupid saying it out loud. It's a 2.4 mile swim every day for a week, 112 mile bike every day for a week, followed by a 26.2 mile marathon run every day for a week. And it's close to 1,000 miles in 7 days, and it's quite scary, the thought of it. But all I can do is dot my I's and cross my T's, do the research that's needed, and train to be in the best physical shape that I can possibly be. I think this brings it to the next question. It says, how's training going, and how does that fit around your life? I'll go to the around your life bit first. The quick answer to does it fit around your life? The answer is no, it doesn't. It's very tough, especially with a family, a full-time job, and trying to run a second business as well outside of business hours. 2 young boys and a wife, and all the commitments that come in there. It's very tough to find consistency, but my wife and my family are absolutely amazing. My Tri team, Tri team in Hartlepool, who absolutely go to the ends of the earth to accommodate me and what I need, giving up facilities and giving up time to give me what I need. But to fit in 18, 20 hours a week training is really quite tough. It really is in the nooks and crannies of the day. Like, for example, on a Tuesday, I get home from work at 3 o'clock and pick my little boy up at 3:20. So I run for 15 minutes before I pick him up. Take them both home and set the treadmill up. And then treadmill's going, drop my little boy off at gymnastics and run back home. And get myself on the treadmill for another 45 minutes of extended hill reps. And then I take my other little boy to his swimming lesson. And then I run around for another 45 minutes while he's at his swimming lesson. And then come home, and if my wife's feeling in a good mood, she might let me run for another half an hour to finish off that interval session. It's not brilliant, but it's how I get my run mileage in. And a lot of training is very much like that. It's very specific. It's very coordinated, progressive, periodised, but it can be a little bit bitty because of that. But I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I do feel like I do have the consistency, and I can feel the benefit of my training. So how's it going in general is the next question. How's the training going? It's tough. It's been tough. I started my training back in August last year with a really, really long, what we'd call an endurance base, when I was getting out and running the miles over the Cleveland Hills, and a bit tougher in the winter to get on your bike, but I was doing 2-hour turbo sessions to get my endurance base on the bike, as well as all of the strength and speed work, and trying to up my mileage in the pool. And I get knocked back once in a while with other commitments. But I've managed to keep it going since August until now. Getting my weight in check, my health in check, my nutrition in check, experimenting with things to make sure that there's all the different recovery systems that I can find to basically get me from one day to the next that I'm utilising, and I'm finding absolutely fantastic results. But I think the tough thing really is measuring whether or not you are ready for 7 Ironmans in 7 days. So what I've had to do, I've had to build in challenges throughout the course of the last 9 months. For example, over New Year, I did marathons back to back over New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the day after to see if my body would cope with that breakdown. That was actually, it culminated in the Hardmoors 50k, which was an eye-opener for me, but it also gave me a lot of confidence because I was able to get through that and continue training straight away. Didn't have a rest day, straight in the next day. And the nutrition and recovery strategies that I put in place for that gave me confidence to move forward, that my training was working. And then I've got another one coming up in the next few weeks, which is 3 days back-to-back brick sessions, what we're calling 80-20. So I'll be riding 80 miles at pace. I'll be running 20 miles at pace, using the nutrition and kit that I will be using for my 7 Ironmans. Then using the recovery strategies, which it's a minefield. There's a lot of things that go into the recovery. including nutrition specific for recovery, a few supplements for recovery, and then some sort of external things like sports massage, cryo, and compression that I use to sort of speed up recovery. So I've got that coming up as well. So it's exciting and scary to see if I can maintain the paces that I'm looking for the challenge, to do it as fast as I can, but at the same time as slow as is necessary to stay away from breaking the body down too much. So it's a bit of a knife edge sort of thing. The next question is how can people get involved? There's a lot of ways of getting involved. I mean, I have to say that first and foremost, it is about tipping up, about giving money. If people can donate straight to the Just Giving page, which is www.justgiving.co.uk/fundraising/7Ironman7. Make as much money as possible for the charity. That's what I want. But on top of that, there are costs for the actual running of the event. Things like I've got to buy, foodstuffs, perishables, shed loads of Vaseline, tyres, things like that they cost me, and I don't mind so much. But it'd be lovely to be able to offset some of the costs each day and have things like water there for other people that are going to run and ride with me. Which brings me to the next thing, which is people's feet. Get them out, get running, get cycling, get swimming with me. It's all on my website, www.7ironman7.com, where you can ride, where you can swim, where you can bike with me. Whether you're just going to do 5k jog along the seafront with me, or whether you're going to do one of the 20-mile loops with me on the bike, or swim a circuit of the swim, so I can get on your feet, where I can legally draft and get a little bit of a boost there. That's on there, and I really want people to step up and come down and swim. But I will have a bucket there. I'll be shaking in people's faces to donate. You don't pay, you don't swim. You don't pay, you don't run. So I want people to get involved and come down, because the more people that turn up for me, there's a massive, massive psychological advantage for somebody turning up, shooting the breeze, talking with me for an hour, whatever it is, politics to entertainment, and it really does take away a lot of that pain that you start feeling, especially in the later stages of the day and the later stages of the week. So come down, please, get in touch or not, turn up, surprise me. It'd be lovely. I've got some people committed to doing quite big sections, but I'm probably going to get sick of them after a while, talking the same old stuff. So it'd be nice to see some fresh faces. So yeah, is there another way? Yeah, awareness. I'd like the word spread as far afield as possible. I've already had donation from America. People on some of the Ironman chat from around the world have been in touch and donated, and I just think it's absolutely amazing. I know it's not the biggest Ironman challenge in the world, but I do know that in this country there may only be one other person on English soil that has actually done 7 Ironmans or more. They've gone abroad. We know that there's deckers and double deckers. That's happened, but I don't think from my research there's someone who's done 7 saltwater, open water, full distance Ironmans back to back over 7 days. I'd love to hear if there is, because I'd love to shake that person by the hand now and obviously pick their brains and get as much information as possible to make this a success. So that's really important. Other than the challenge, what is next is the final question. I've been banned from dreaming. I've been banned from coming up with the next crazy thing. It really is about time that I gave my family their lives back, and their dad back, and their husband back. And I'm going to commit to a smaller challenge next year, something close to my heart, which is going back to join the British team in the Olympic distance duathlon championships next year, the Europeans, which after this, whatever training I could possibly do for that is tiny compared to this. So I'm looking forward to that, because I think there's going to be a lot of pressure taken off me, and just enjoying the rest of the season. But I'm pretty sure that somebody's going to say or do something that will get me out of retirement to do something else silly. I'm quite sure of it. It's the way I'm built. I can't help it. I hope it inspires other people. I've had a gentleman in touch with me today saying that this, what I'm doing, is exactly what is needed for him to get his finger out, as he said, to do some of his own things. So I'm chatting with this lovely guy who's trying to build his own big challenge to inspire his family and his kids. And in a way, it's a bit of a kindred spirit, because that's exactly, what it is. It's all about for me. All of my sporting achievement and how driven I am, it's all really about trying to show my own children that there's, you can achieve whatever you want. So that excites me as to what they might possibly eclipse me with in years to come. And I'm excited for that and looking forward to that. So I just want to say I've been watching your blogs, Michael, and they are really good. A lovely, honest portrayal of a cyclist coming into riding and moving up through the ranks. I think it's refreshing for other people to see your journey and realise that, just like me, just normal people, you start at the beginning and you work your way up. And if you want to do great things, you will do great things. Don't let any barriers stand in your way, and don't let people stand in your way. And believe in those people who believe in you, and don't listen to the other people. So thanks again for inviting me and letting me say a few words, and I look forward to watching the rest of your blogs as they come up, and hopefully you'll have a ride with me on one of my crazy days in July. Thanks very much, mate. Bye.